There is a quiet anxiety inside every purchase. It hums underneath ordinary expenses you barely notice consciously. You tap your card and something tightens. A small pulse moves quietly through your chest. It is not panic, just a low hum. A faint pressure lingering after the receipt prints. You might call it being careful. Underneath, it feels closer to bracing for something invisible. By the end, you will understand that hum. You will feel softer about it, less alone. Money anxiety rarely shows up as obvious fear. It hides in ordinary moments dressed as restraint. A coffee, a grocery run, a streaming renewal. Each small charge sends a ripple through your nervous system somewhere. You exhale harder than the purchase deserves. Then you move on, never naming what happened. That nameless feeling has a name. It is the quiet anxiety walking beside every purchase you make. It is not greed and not weakness. It is a learned alertness, a body trying to feel safe. It began somewhere small and ordinary. A look on a parent's face, a sigh near a bill, a tense silence. You absorb those signals without knowing it. Your young nervous system filed money under things to watch carefully forever. Notice how your shoulders react at checkout. There is often a micro-tightening the cashier never sees you doing. You scan the total before they say it. Your eyes find the number first, almost protectively, almost like a reflex. Even when the amount is fine, something flickers. A small inner voice asks if this one was truly okay. That voice is not your enemy. It is an old protector formed long ago, still scanning for financial danger. Most people assume money anxiety means big decisions. They picture rent, debt, layoffs, the dramatic moments that obviously cause stress. But the deeper anxiety lives in small choices, the daily transactions where your safety quietly negotiates with itself. A $5 charge can rattle a calm person, not because of the amount, but because of what spending represents. Spending touches identity, worth, future, control, belonging. It is rarely just a number leaving an account on a screen. When you swipe, you are not only buying, you are answering invisible questions about whether you are okay, safe, allowed. That is why even joyful purchases can sting. A gift for yourself can feel heavy, mixed with unnamed guilt. You wanted it, you saved for it, you can't afford it. Still, uneasiness lingers behind your ribs. That mix of pleasure and unease is telling. Your nervous system never fully trusted the safety of spending. Somewhere along the way, money stopped feeling neutral. It became charged, attached to feelings older than your wallet. Maybe you grew up hearing tense conversations. Maybe bills arrived like small storms at the kitchen table. Maybe nothing dramatic happened, just a quiet scarcity. A sense that money was something you did not waste. Those moments do not disappear when you grow up. They live inside your spending, shaping every tap today. So when you buy something now, two people pay, the adult with the card and a younger self beside you. That younger self is not gone. They are the soft flutter you feel ordering food, the hesitation before checkout. They still wait for the other shoe to drop. They learned, very early, that money was something to monitor closely. This is why advice rarely calms the feeling. Budgets dress the adult, while the younger one stays unheard. You can have savings and still feel uneasy. You can be doing well and still flinch at a routine charge. That is not irrational at all. It is a nervous system still remembering when spending once felt risky. The body does not read account balances. It reads memories, patterns, the emotional weather surrounding money in your earliest years. So every purchase becomes a small emotional event. A check-in with the part of you still bracing for old lack. Notice how relief comes after you spend. A small settling as if you survived something quietly invisible just now. That relief is the clue. It means your body treated the purchase like a tiny threat your mind never registered. Threats are processed faster than thoughts. Your shoulders and breath answered before logic had a chance. This is why willpower alone feels exhausting. You are battling a protective response that loves you too much. Yes, loves you. The anxiety is trying to keep you safe using outdated information from a chapter already lived. It does not know you're okay now. It still pictures when an expense felt catastrophic. So it whispers during purchases. It asks, "Are you sure? What if you need this later?" Build questions are not flaws. They are a body remembering, doing exactly as it was trained. Take a slow breath with me here. Notice if your jaw has been holding something while reading these last paragraphs. This is the awareness that softens things, not pushing the anxiety away, but greeting it like an old roommate kindly. No one ever taught us this part. We learned budgeting maybe, but never how to settle the body around spending. Now pause for a moment and reflect gently. What purchase consistently makes you feel that quiet, tightening inside? It might be groceries, gas, a subscription, a gift, something ordinary that always carries a charge. If you feel comfortable, share it in the comments. Naming it loud often loosens its grip. Your story may help someone else reading this. They might recognize themselves and feel less alone with their anxiety. Then come back here. There is more underneath. The anxiety has layers worth sitting with slowly. Underneath the worry, there's a deeper fear. The fear of not being able to undo a mistake quickly. Money feels permanent in a way time does not. Once spent, your mind grieves the lost option. Every purchase quietly closes a small door. Not dramatically, just a soft click, a possibility gone. Your nervous system notices that closing door. It mourns flexibility, even when the trade was worth it. This is why returns feel oddly soothing. It is not the refund, it is the door reopening. Once you see this, spending changes meaning. It stops being about numbers, starts being about freedom. The anxiety then is not really about money. It is about staying safe and ready for whatever comes next. That is a tender thing to want. It is care, a quiet wish to protect your future self. When you understand this, shame softens. You stop calling yourself bad and start seeing someone trying to feel safe. Trying to feel safe is not a flaw. It is the most human thing a nervous system can do. Now notice something else about your spending. Anxiety spikes more around small purchases than larger planned ones. That seems backwards, but it makes sense. Big purchases get prepared emotionally, while small ones sneak past defenses. A planned expense feels chosen and integrated. An unplanned one feels like an ambush on your control. Control is the hidden currency here. The anxiety is rarely about the dollars. It is about feeling steady in unpredictability. When money feels controllable, your body relaxes. When it feels slippery, the same body tenses, even safely. Notice this happens with digital money too. Numbers on a screen still trigger the same ancient survival circuits inside. This is why checking your balance feels compulsive. It is not the number. It is touching a soft certainty. You are not obsessive. You are searching for ground. A steady place inside a world refusing to hold still. That is a deeply understandable thing to want. The behavior is not the problem. It is a message about needs. What it needs is not more vigilance. It needs moments where money feels neutral, not loaded with old weight. Those moments are built slowly, gently, through small breaths after small purchases, naming the feeling instead of fighting it. Try this the next time you spend. After the charge clears, place a hand on your chest. Take one slow breath and say silently, "I am safe." The money moved, but I am still grounded. That small ritual sounds almost too simple, but it speaks the language your nervous system understands more than logic. Over time, the quiet anxiety begins to thin, not vanish, but soften, like a sound you used to flinch at. You will still notice the hum sometimes. It will feel less like a warning, more like a familiar echo. You will separate the feeling from the fact. The fact you bought coffee and the feeling history attached. That separation is everything. Freedom around money quietly begins between what happened and what it means. You are allowed to have. You are allowed to spend on small joys without an inner courtroom. You are allowed to enjoy your money, not just survive it, not just manage it, but feel warmth inside it. The anxiety will not disappear overnight. Each time you meet it with understanding, it loses some old power. You are not broken for feeling this way. You learn to be careful, and that care needs gentler company now. So the next time you tap your card, pause for a breath and notice the small flicker without judgment. Say quietly to yourself, "This is an old feeling, not the truth about my life, only an echo." That simple sentence rewires something subtle. It teaches your nervous system the present is calmer than past. You are doing this work by listening. Awareness is not small. It is the first soft loosening of a knot. Notice how your relationship with money has voices. The worried voice, the planning voice, and a quieter, compassionate one. That compassionate voice often gets drowned out. The worried one is louder because it believes it is keeping you alive. You do not have to silence the worried voice. You only need to invite the compassionate one alongside it. Imagine a friend buying the same item you did. You would not flood them with shame or panic about it. You would say, "It is okay. You deserve this." Try offering that sentence to yourself the next time you spend. It might feel awkward at first, even false, but the nervous system slowly learns the new tone you keep choosing. Kindness is the language safety understands. Not lectures, not budgets, just a quiet message that you are okay. You are not behind on some invisible scoreboard. You are simply a person learning to be at peace with money. Over weeks, something subtle begins to change. The hum after purchases becomes shorter, less like an alarm, more like weather. You will still be wise with money. Awareness does not make you reckless, only present and gentle with yourself. In fact, calm people often handle money better. A relaxed mind sees options, while an anxious one only sees threats. So softening this anxiety is not indulgent. It is one of the kindest, most practical things you can do. You came here carrying something heavy, a quiet anxiety that has followed you through countless ordinary, unremarkable little daily moments. And now you are setting some of it down, not all at once, but piece by piece, breath by breath. If this reached something quiet inside you, share. Let a friend who carries this hum know they are not alone. Leave a comment with one small purchase ritual, something gentle so others can borrow your kindness toward yourself. If this channel feels like a steady place, subscribe. Turn on the bell so the next grounding conversation finds you. We will keep meeting here slowly and warmly, untangling the quiet anxieties money carries, one understanding at a time. For now, let your shoulders drop a little. Unclench your jaw, soften your hands, breathe out longer than in. You are allowed to spend without bracing. You are allowed to live without an alarm humming under every human moment. The quiet anxiety came from somewhere real. Now, gently, you are learning to walk beside it instead of being ruled. That is enough for today. You showed up, you listened, you let something old be seen, and that changes everything. So go gently into the rest of your day. Every purchase is a moment, and every moment can meet kindness.